The Commission of Inquiry, COI, into the Public Service concluded its two-day hearings in Berbice earlier today. Michael Khan reports.
In an effort to reform the public sector and to create a better working environment for public servants, the Commission of Inquiry into the Public Service concluded the two-day hearings in Berbice at the New Amsterdam Town Hall earlier today. The commission comprises of Chairman Professor Harold Lutchman, Commissioners Sandra Jones and Samuel Gulsaran, and Secretary Gita Chandan Edmund. The first hearing took place at the Albion Community Center, where Mistress Chandan Edmund enlightened those in attendance about the general purpose of the COI.
To urge the Berbicians to engage this commission, participate in these hearings, be a part and let your voices be heard. We have had 7 weeks of intense sessions in Georgetown. We have had in excess of 100 persons testifying, and I've received in excess of 200 statements, locally and internationally. And it is my observation that the general public, they're very passionate, they're very enthusiastic about these hearings. So I urge Berbicians to do your part. And I can attest to the fact that these commissioners will discharge their mandate faithfully and with dignity. I've worked with them for in excess of 2.5 months, so I can vouch for that.
Regional Executive Officer of East Berbice Quarantine, Dr. Verasamy Ramaya, was the first person that took to the podium to testify about the current state of the regional sector. The REO pointed out that low wages are the #1 concern.
People are getting robbed. And his answer to me was, why is it that the people don't want to join the police force? I got a simple solution to that, why they don't want to join the police force. If the family members of the mother, brother, sister send $200 a month to them, that is an equivalent to a police salary to start with.
While stressing on the low income of teachers and police officers, Dr. Ramaya also took a swipe at the quality of guards that the regional security contractor is providing at government buildings.
They are not even getting a decent salary to survive each month.
The REO went on to say that improved wages will enable workers to perform efficiently and effectively and will discourage theft among public officials.
I come here with that honest intention to speak about this region whereby the NDC workers, their salaries are coming from the taxes that they collect each month within the NDC area. And people are not paying their taxes. If they collect 50% of taxes in every NDC area, is enough for a year. I ask myself a question, sometimes 2-3 months they are not getting paid. How are we going to reconcile the situation? Now that gives a lot of the overseers, the rangers, to leave the job. And that is where we have so many vacancies. Even the clerks working at the NDC level, they are leaving the jobs.
Dr. Ramaya, who was wrapped by Professor Lutchman and Commissioner Gulsaran on his role as the Regional Executive Officer and ability to execute his task, stood firm and requested that the Commission take note of his testimony and make the relevant recommendations to the government of Guyana.
How are we going to keep those people that we so needed in place to perform? Central government is not helping them where the salaries are concerned. The region cannot subsidize their income. We don't have the power to do that. So how are we, and I would like this to be taken into consideration.
The REO concluded that the RDC and the government by extension are dealing with workers at a low level and the administration must be able to reach them at that level and look into their needs, since many public servants cannot fortify their families with meager income. The second testimony came from the Chief Executive Officer of the New Amsterdam Hospital, Colin Bino, who made proposals to better the regional health service.
First of all, improvement of the general working conditions. Mr. Chairman, I wish to propose that there be an established recruitment and appointment policy for staff of hospitals, more especially, as I said, New Amsterdam.
The CEO also called for proper advertisements of vacancies within the health sector.
This policy should be informed by recent research findings related to what ought to occur in modern working environment. The individuals who will be tasked to develop this policy, is my view, should be made up of competent specialists in recruitment and selection, representative, and should also include representatives from among staff members, members of workers' union and the general public. That the policy should also focus on some areas of job recruitment and description, reporting to officials as to who really they should report to at their respective job sites, and that we should further, and that grouping should also be responsible for advertisements of vacancy and the selection of personnel, etc.
The commissioners took note that Mr. Bino has only been serving as CEO of the New Amsterdam Hospital for 2 months, but nevertheless engaged him in a discourse about his level of competence in performing his duties.
It is not fair for us to employ persons, and I can give an example, say doctors, and have doctors on call at the amount of basic 20 and have them in about a 14 by 14 room on call. We need to give them the adequate accommodation that can make them comfortable and really be able to perform well on call, if I can use that one as an example. So my call is that as we employ persons, we need to ensure that we give them proper working conditions under which to work. We cannot want to have lab technicians and you do not have enough equipment for them to execute the task that they have at hand. Those are some of the other conditionalities that I like to put forward.
Members of the legal fraternity were also afforded the opportunity to offer testimonies. Details of the hearing at the New Amsterdam Town Hall earlier today will be available in a subsequent newscast. Michael Kahn, Channel 8 News.